opinion matters. So let your voice be heard. Let's talk about nursing. Right here. Rapid Response with John. Good morning, Philippines! I am back! Kumusta kayo, nurses? Kumusta po kayo ngayon? Today is actually June 18 and it's almost 10 p.m. my time. Bantakin nyo, alas 10 na ng gabi. Parang kailan lang ako gising. Oh my God, alam nyo, since dumating ako dito sa Amerika, few days ago, galing Pilipinas, terrible yung aking sleep pattern. Natulog ako kayo ng umaga mga almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Tapos gising ako ng mga alas 3 din ng hapon. So technically I slept almost 12 hours. And then Ian, a good friend of mine, texted me. Actually, he called me. Sabi niya, oy, magpamassage tayo tapos kain tayo sa labas. So nagpamassage kami mga 5:30 ng hapon. So pagising ko ng 3 o'clock, kain konti, kain lang ng saging. And then nagpamassage ng 5:30, natapos ng almost 7 o'clock. Tapos kumain kami sa Thai restaurant. Ang sarap ng kinain ko. Chicken curry. Level 2 yung kanyang spiciness. At saka bumili ako ng, tawag nito, mango sticky rice. Hindi ko pa nakain. So sabi ko kakainin ko yun mamaya. Tapos ngayon, alas 10 na ng gabi, ang bilis ng oras. Wala akong ginawa kundi kumain. At take note, hindi ako nakapag-laundry kanina kasi I woke up late. So ngayon, while doing the stream right now, I'm doing my laundry. Alam niyo naman, di ba, pag streaming time means laundry time. Anyway, kumusta po kayo lahat, nurses? Na-miss ko po kayo. It's been a while since I had my last stream. Yung legit talaga na stream na, hindi lang greetings lang. Sabi ko nga, di ba, mag-stream ako ngayon. So anyway, this is very timely kasi kanina when we were having our dinner, we were talking about ano mga common sakit ngayon. And then sabi ko nga, ay nako, yung mga sakit nga related pa rin sa mga kinakain natin. So this is very timely, nurses, because for today, kung nasan man kayo ngayong nasa Pilipinas man, by the way, ba nasa Pilipinas kayo, good morning! Ilang oras na lang, lunchtime na, It's 11 a.m. in the Philippines. Okay, and it's Monday, 11 a.m. And by the way, shout out nga pala, congratulations to my cousin, Isabel Pascasio. She's having her pinning ceremony. Magpo-4th year na siya medtech. Aray, parang kailan ka lang nag-first year. Tapos ilang years na lang, 1 year, 2 years na lang, you're done. So I don't know what's your plan, but I wish you luck. Okay, wish you luck. And welcome to the community. Aray, parang feeling ko medtech din ako. Anyway, hello to Levi Agpad. Thanks for watching. Kumusta po kayo? Anyway, yun nga, So we will talk about abdominal assessment. This is just a rundown of common abdominal assessment, which is actually common din na lumalabas in any qualifying examination, especially the NCLEX RN. Okay? So as nurses, we should know how to assess our patient, especially if we suspect GI disturbances. Alam naman po natin, lahat ng mga kinakain natin has something to do with the development, occurrence of diseases, disorders nowadays. Do you know that? Almost all diseases, disorders that you encounter today, they are all related or attributed to what you eat. Kaya nga there's a statement na ang sabi, you are what you eat. What do you think about that statement? Do you think there's a truth behind this? Na sinabing you are what you eat. So whatever you eat, whatever you put in your body, eventually it will manifest. So ibig sabihin, if you eat a lot of fatty foods, eventually you will suffer the consequence. Anything that is too much in the body is not good. Do you know that? Anything that is too less is also bad. So sabi nga nila, everything must come in moderation. And anyway, hello to Pamela Agnes Avila. Yun. O, di ba? So yun yung topic natin ngayon. We will talk about abdominal quadrants. This is different from your 9 regions of the abdomen. Iba to So same pa rin yung mga locations, but here I will incorporate what do you think is a possible problem if you complain pain or any discomfort in your left upper quadrant or left lower quadrant, right upper quadrant or right lower quadrant. So we will correlate the different quadrants to the different diseases or disorders when you talk about GI disturbances. Okay? And please, feel free if you have any questions or anything you want to clarify, drop a message and we will see. and I'll try to answer if I know the answer. If I don't know the answer, then I'll let you know. Na hindi ko alam. So magiging assignment ko yun. Okay? Anyway, hold on. Okay, here, may mga pabati muna tayo. My God, my aunt is watching. Hello to Ila Jill. Hi, Jill. Hello to my aunt who's in Hawaii. Okay. And hello to my aunt as well in Las Vegas. Hello to Janelle and to my cousins. Okay, hello. And to my granny na nasa Pilipinas ngayon. Oh, I hope you're okay there. Anyway, yun nga no, galing ako ng Pilipinas. I stayed there for a couple of days. Yun sa mga reason why ako umuwi. I need to, no, kailangan kong ihatid yung lola ko sa Pilipinas. But I will be back once she's done with all her, all her appointments. So, sorry sa mga hindi ko na-meet sa Pilipinas, mga nag-message sa akin, at saka hindi ko na-meet sa Japan. Sorry po. Hopefully, pag may mahaba akong bakasyon, I will let you know, and I hopefully ma-meet ko po kayo. Nasa Japan yung 3 estudyante. I really feel bad. Sabi nyo, prepare pa naman kayo. Oo nga, sayang. Pero nag-enjoy ako doon kahit na ilang oras na yung stay ko sa Japan. Okay? And of course, bitin yung trip ko sa Pilipinas kasi ilang araw lang ako sa Pilipinas, less than 7 days lang. O, di ba? So, inhatid ko lang at saka of course, may kailangang iburol. Okay, so yun. So anyway, let's continue, guys. Let me share my screen. But anyway, just a heads up, if you need anything, want me to discuss any concept, nursing concept, let me know. If you have any questions along the way, drop a message as well. And hello to Lela May Falca Santos Samir. Thanks for watching. May mga bagong pangalan tayo dito ngayon ko lang na-encounter, ngayon ko lang na-meet. Hello to Ami Lavadia. Hello to Miracle Dagalea. Hello to Al Agustin. Thanks for watching, guys. Nasaan po kayo, no? Are you in the Philippines or are you here in the US? Please let me know. And if you're planning to take your examination anytime soon, you need some guidance, you let me know. Kung kailangan nyo ng materials, let me know. Hopefully makatulong po tayo. If you're planning to take your NCLEX RN. Remember, we have a new test framework for the NCLEX RN. So it's the new generation NCLEX RN, the NGN. So anyway, let's continue. So let's talk about abdominal quadrants. So pag sinabi natin quadrants, definitely apat yun, diba? So there's such thing as what we call right upper quadrant, right lower quadrant, left upper quadrant, and left lower quadrant. By the way, here, sabi ni Miracle Dagalea, watching from KSA, sir, good morning. Good morning. Kumusta po kayo dyan? Ha? Kumusta po kayo sa ano? Kumusta po kayo sa KSA? Kingdom of Saudi. Kayo yata yung estudyante na na-handle ko sa review, yung who took the recent licensure examination, yung NLE. Hello to Love Laurel. Hi, thanks for watching, Love. Anyway, balik muna tayo. Yun nga, we'll talk about abdominal quadrants. So again, just a heads up, this is different from your regions of the abdomen. Okay? Let me share my screen and then let's proceed with the lecture proper. Where is it? Here. Okay. And hello to Sheila Soriano. Thanks for watching. Ano daw? Anyway, so this is the anterior part of your body, right? Anterior part of the torso. So the point of reference here for the regions of the abdomen where the horizontal and the perpendicular line meet is the umbilicus. Okay, so if you're very keen, this is the umbilicus. So there is a horizontal line here and a vertical line, dividing the abdomen into four parts. Okay, so we call this as abdominal quadrants. So if you're going to look at the picture, look at the image, the right side of the body is the left side of the picture because we're facing the picture. We're facing the person, okay? So this is the right side, this is the right arm, this is the left arm. So technically, this is the right upper quadrant, okay? Right upper quadrant. This is your left upper quadrant. It's very basic, okay? This is the right lower quadrant, and this is the left lower quadrant. So these are what we call quadrants of the abdomen. Now, just a heads up, nurses, if you will be working in a bedside, in a clinical setup, if your patient comes in and complains abdominal pain, it is also important for us to identify where is the location or the site of pain, right? It's not only to identify how bad the pain is, like in a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is your pain? 10 is the worst, 1 as mild pain, 0, no pain at all. What's your pain score? It's not enough to gauge how bad the pain is. You need to know, okay, where is the location of pain? Okay, what aggravates pain? What did the patient do before the onset of pain? Okay, is your patient taking any medication for the pain? Okay, did that medication relieve the pain? So there's a lot of things to consider when the patient comes in, okay, to your floor. Assessment, interview, of course, they are essential. Okay, so importanteng malaman natin kung saan banda yung pain. Okay, so again, this is the right upper quadrant. This is the left upper quadrant. This part here is the right lower quadrant. This area here is the left lower quadrant. The point of reference here, where the horizontal and the vertical section meet, is the umbilicus. Okay? Now, please don't forget this. With respect to what we call, now speaking of those tables, with respect to what we call different structures in the GIT, dapat malaman natin yung saan yung location ng liver, saan location ng colon, where's the location of your appendix, so that you know, okay, kung ang problema ng pasyente is appendix, so where do you think is the site of pain? Okay, so just a recap, this is your right upper quadrant, right lower quadrant, left upper quadrant, and the left lower quadrant. Okay, look at the different GI structures. So this is what we call the vertical line. Okay, and this is what we call the horizontal line. I don't know if you can see the cursor moving. I'm moving the cursor. I don't know if you can see it in your screen. Okay, so this is your right upper quadrant. If you look, majority of the liver is situated in the right upper quadrant, right? So this is the liver. Okay, this is the gallbladder. Half of your transverse colon. Okay, on the left side is where your stomach is. Big chunk of your stomach is on the left upper quadrant. That is also where your spleen is located. Okay, on the right lower quadrant, it is where you can find the appendix, okay, your ascending colon, and part of your small intestine. On the left lower quadrant, there you can find a part of your transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid colon, and parts of your small intestine as well. Okay? So just a rundown, para sa ano ba yung mga structures na to? The liver, okay, we know liver is the largest gland in the body, not the largest organ. The largest organ is the skin. The largest gland is the liver that plays a vital role for detoxification, right? The liver is a highly vascularized structure that detoxifies the blood, okay? It will also play a vital role for metabolism, okay? Now, if you have a liver problem, just like your liver cirrhosis, a fatty liver, hepatitis, expect that you will have discomfort or pain on your right upper quadrant. Okay? So speaking of fatty liver, is fatty liver the same with your liver cirrhosis? No. But are they related? Yes. If fatty liver is not treated, by the way, fatty liver is reversible. If fatty liver is not treated, it may progress to liver cirrhosis. Okay, do you know that? Liver cirrhosis, on the other hand, is different. By definition, liver cirrhosis is a chronic degenerative disease of the liver in which the lobules are filled with fibrous tissues and fat infiltrates. Okay, there are different types of liver cirrhosis, so you have to listen to your lecturer during the review program. Okay, maraming klaseng liver cirrhosis. May Leydig cirrhosis, biliary cirrhosis, ano pa, post-necrotic cirrhosis and cardiac cirrhosis. But nevertheless, ang tawag doon, liver cirrhosis. So again, don't forget, liver problem can cause pain or discomfort on the right upper quadrant. Same with your gallbladder. Here, this is your gallbladder, right? The gallbladder, okay, your gallbladder temporarily houses the bile. Okay, the bile is actually produced by the liver. So once produced by the liver, it enters the gallbladder for temporary storage. Okay, the gallbladder now will squeeze the bile into your small intestine. Okay, the bile is so important because the bile contains bile salt. Okay, it contains a lot of substances in there that plays a vital role for digestion of food. Okay, if a patient has a gallbladder problem, just like your gallbladder stone, you call that condition as your cholelithiasis or gallbladder stone, or inflammation of the gallbladder called cholecystitis. Okay, pamamaga ng gallbladder called cholecystitis. By the way, the most common cause of inflammation of the gallbladder is gallbladder stone. So ibig sabihin, cholecystitis or inflammation of the gallbladder, the most common cause is cholelithiasis, okay, or gallbladder stone. Okay, so if you have a gallbladder problem, it may cause pain on the right upper quadrant as well. Okay, not only that, for patient with stomach ulcer as well. Okay, or stomach ulcer, your gastric ulcer. Okay, on the right lower quadrant here on this side, right lower quadrant, there you can find the key appendix. So if you have appendicitis, expect that you will complain discomfort or pain on your right lower quadrant. Okay, what else? A patient having inflammatory bowel disease. Remember, there are two common types of inflammatory bowel diseases. And what are this? May tinatawag po tayong regional enteritis, okay, and may tinatawag tayong ulcerative colitis. These two are examples of inflammatory bowel diseases. By the way, regional enteritis, there's another name for this. You also call this as your Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is different from Crohn's disease and different from your Crohn's, okay, your Cushing syndrome or different from your Crohn's disease, different from your Crohn's disease. Okay, so anyway, so what type of inflammatory bowel disease you have if you complain pain on the right lower quadrant? It's most likely the type of inflammatory bowel disease there is your regional enteritis or your Crohn's disease. Okay, now what about on your left upper quadrant on this side? A big part of the stomach is here. Then you also have your spleen. So if a patient complains pain on the left upper quadrant, okay, left upper quadrant, you may also suspect ulcer, peptic ulcer disease, okay, peptic ulcer disease, or spleen problem or spleen injury. By the way, do you know that if there's an accident, just like a vehicular accident, one common intra-abdominal structure that will rupture during accident is spleen. And what will happen when the spleen ruptures? When the spleen ruptures, you will bleed to death. Okay, please, that is why drive safely. If you're looking at or watching my stream right now and you're driving, please focus. Okay, wear your seatbelt, drive safely. Okay, so spleen rupture is one common organ, okay, or spleen injury, one common organ affected during accident. Okay, now what about for your left lower quadrant? Left lower quadrant is also the site of pain or discomfort for patient experiencing diverticulosis, diverticulitis, and another example of inflammatory bowel disease. Now, what type of inflammatory bowel disease you have if there is pain or discomfort in your left lower quadrant? Most likely it's your ulcerative colitis. Okay? So anyway, I will write it down. And then we'll talk about it. Oh, by the way, hold on. May mga comments dito. What do we have here? Sheila Soriano said, hello, sir. I'm a fan. Hi, Sheila. Then we have Dodong Dax 69. Taray na pangalan mo, ha? Dodong Dax 69. You know what? There's a saying that goes, to see is to believe. Okay? Gandang gabi, sir. Watching from NC. What's NC? North Carolina? Are you from North Carolina? Dodong Dax 69. To see is to believe. Okay, anyway. So let me share my screen and let's discuss. Let's write it down. Okay, let's write it down. There. Whiteboard. Okay. So let's divide this into 4. Okay. So this is your right upper quadrant. This is your right. Sorry, ano ba pinagsusulat ko dito? Hey, what's wrong? This is your left upper quadrant. This is your right lower quadrant. And this is your left lower quadrant. Okay? Let's talk about right upper quadrant. What did I tell you? A patient complains pain on the right upper quadrant, most likely patient experiencing liver problem. Okay, please don't forget that a patient with liver problem, apart from having discomfort or pain on the right upper quadrant, you have to check for the liver enzymes of your patient. Okay, remember the AST, ALT, those are your liver enzymes. Of a patient with liver problem, expect that the liver enzymes are elevated. Okay, not only that, a patient with liver problem will also experience jaundice. Remember, jaundice, that refers to yellow discoloration of the skin. So if a patient is jaundice, if the patient is having yellow discoloration of the skin, most likely there is a liver problem, or not only liver problem, gallbladder problem as well. Okay, what else? A patient with liver problem, since liver plays a vital role for detoxification, one common concern for liver problem is increased ammonia level in the blood. Okay? Tumataas po ang ammonia level sa dugo ng pasyenteng may liver problem. So as nurses, and this is a question in your NCLEX, what is your responsibility? How will you bring down blood ammonia level? What will you do to decrease ammonia level of your patient? Remember, one reason why you have increased ammonia because of increased protein intake. Okay? So there must be dietary modification if you want to bring down ammonia. Okay. Number 2, we can give a medication to your patient. Now, what specific medication is given in order to decrease ammonia level? Okay. One medication there is lactulose. Okay. Your lactulose. Technically, lactulose is a form of a stool softener. Okay. A lactulose can be given PO. Okay. PO, if the patient can take the medicine, the PO. Or if not, we can give lactulose as a form of an enema. Okay, enema. So pwede natin siya ibigay as labatiba. And expect that when we give several doses of lactulose, okay, kasama doon is you have to closely monitor the ammonia level of your patient. Now, what is the problem if you cannot control this one? If the ammonia continues to rise, it continues to increase its level, it may alter normal neurologic functioning of your patient. So magugulat ka na lang, bakit yung pasyente mo na may liver problem, disoriented na? Bakit yung mga pasyente mo may liver problem, biglang nagkakaroon ng altered level of consciousness because of too much ammonia in the body. Okay? Too much ammonia is not good. Same thing with too much BUN and creatinine. Okay, it may alter the normal neurologic functioning. So when I say neurologic functioning, it may affect what sensory motor function of your patient. Okay, so again, that's liver problem. Kaya nga sabi ko, speaking of motor functioning, because of too much ammonia, it may irritate the nerves of your patient. Kaya nga pag irritated yung nerves because of too much ammonia, a patient with liver problems, just like your hepatic encephalopathy, patient will end up having what? Asterexis. Do you know asterexis is a form of peripheral neuritis? Okay, so there's inflammation, irritation of the peripheral nerves. So anyway, hello to Ibay Alda Veronica. Hi, thanks for watching. So this one, liver problems. To take liver problem can cause pain, discomfort on the right upper quadrant. What else? A patient with gallbladder problem as well. Okay, gallbladder problem. So when I say gallbladder problem, I am not only limited to cholelithiasis. Okay, so this will also include cholecystitis or inflammation of the gallbladder. Please don't forget this in your examination. NCLEX, don't forget this. A patient with gallbladder problem can cause pain that will radiate to your right shoulder. Don't forget this in your examination, okay? It causes radiating pain to your right shoulder. Okay, makinig muna sa sasabihin ko. Sometimes in NCLEX, they don't use the term right shoulder. They will use another terminology, and that is right scapular area. So don't forget this. A gallbladder problem can cause pain that radiates to the right scapular or right shoulder. Okay, so one good example here is your cholelithiasis, cholecystitis. Okay, cholelithiasis means gallbladder stone. Cholecystitis means inflammation of the gallbladder. So I want you to listen. I want you to listen carefully to your lecturers during the review program because doon niya i-discuss yung burp ako. Okay, doon niya i-discuss yung mga sintomas ng gallbladder problem. Okay, and of course, pwede rin po makita yung pain. Nakikita ba yung pain? Pwede din po maramdaman yung pain or discomfort sa right upper quadrant if you have peptic ulcer disease. Okay, we will talk about PUD in a bit. Okay, now what about for left upper quadrant discomfort? Left upper quadrant pain, pwede rin siyang site of pain for patient with PUD and for patient with spleen problem. Nininibago ako sa pagsusulat, ha? In fairness. Hey, don't need that one. This is the price I have to pay for not streaming for quite a while. Spleen. Now, just like your gallbladder, there is also radiating pain from spleen. Okay, tell me, patient with spleen problem, spleen injury, where do you think the pain radiates? Okay, so spleen problem, spleen injury can cause radiating pain to your left shoulder. Okay, can cause radiating pain to your left shoulder. Again, in the NCLEX, sometimes they don't use the word or the term left shoulder. They will use left scapular area. Okay, left scapular area. What about for right lower quadrant pain? Don't forget this. A right lower quadrant pain is referred as your McBurney sign. Okay, so right lower quadrant pain is a side of pain for patient with appendicitis. Appendix problem. Okay, appendicitis. And not only that, right lower quadrant pain is a side of pain for patient with inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. And I mentioned this, what type of IBD where pain is situated or located in the right lower quadrant. I said it is your what? It is your regional enteritis. Regional enteritis. Enteritis. Now, what is another name of regional enteritis? You call this as your Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is different from your Crohn's disease. Okay, Crohn's disease is a form of an endocrine problem characterized by hyperaldosteronism. In short, there's too much aldosterone. There's too much mineralocorticoid. Okay, now what about for left lower quadrant pain? A patient with left lower quadrant pain is also the side of pain for what? Side of pain for inflammatory bowel disease, but most likely it is your what? Ulcerative colitis. Sir, dalawang klase po yung IBD, dalawa po. May ulcerative colitis at saka Crohn's disease. Anong pinagkaiba nila? They're both inflammatory problem. They both have inflammatory bowel diseases. Your Crohn's disease is characterized by inflammation and granuloma formation. Okay? Your ulcerative colitis is characterized by inflammation and ulcer formation. Kaya kung may inflammatory bowel disease, expect na meron silang parehong inflammation, pareho silang may diarrhea, pareho sila na ang stool ng pasyente may mucus. Okay, what makes ulcerative colitis different is that here, the diarrhea of the patient is severe, 15 to 21 liquid stools per day. And the stool of the patient contains mucus, pus, and blood. Bakit may kasamang blood? Because there's ulcer. Samantala, ang Crohn's disease, there is also diarrhea, less severe type of diarrhea, usually about 3 to 5 diarrhea per day, and the stool of the patient contains mucus, mucus and pus. Wala siyang blood. So bleeding is common in ulcerative colitis because of the fact there is ulcer. Okay, so if you have ulcerative colitis, most likely the side of discomfort, side of pain is in the left lower quadrant. Okay, now what else? Left lower quadrant pain is also the site of pain or discomfort for patient with diverticulosis or a patient with diverticulitis. Sir, ano bang pinagkaiba ng diverticulosis at diverticulitis? Okay, may relationship? Meron. So when you say diverticulosis, it means to say there's multiple outpouching of your diverticula. Ibig sabihin, there is multiple outpouching of the intestinal wall. Okay, usually diverticulosis, diverticulitis is related to a dietary problem. What type of dietary issue? A low roughage diet or low fiber diet causing chronic constipation. This condition, diverticulitis, is also related to congenital weakening of the intestinal wall. Because of the weakening of the intestinal wall, eventually can cause pouching, multiple outpouching. So technically, if ito yung ating intestine, what happens in your diverticulosis, diverticulitis is that magkakaroon ka ng multiple outpouching. Okay? May mga pouch na nangyayari na multiple outpouching. So the outpouching here, outpouching is what we call diverticulosis. Okay? Pag namamaga yung pouch, inflammation of the diverticula, we now call that as diverticulitis. So pag multiple outpouching lang, diverticulosis lang yun. Pag namamaga na yung pouch, that is what we call diverticulitis. So hindi ka pwede magka-diverticulitis kung wala kang diverticulosis, right? So there must be multiple outpouching in order for that to happen. Okay? I hope this one is clear. Now, going back, I said we'll talk about PUD in a bit. So this is the time we'll talk about peptic ulcer disease. So I'm going to clear my slides. Okay, clear the whiteboard. When you say peptic ulcer disease, okay, it refers to what? This is a condition characterized by ulcer formation. Okay, so there is what we call ulcer formation. Okay, an ulcer formation where an ulcer can form where it can form in the lower esophagus, an ulcer that may form where in your stomach, you call that your gastric, or an ulcer that may develop where that may develop in your duodenal. So we now call that your duodenal ulcer. So technically, pag sinabi pa natin peptic ulcer disease, there are three common types of ulcer. It could be a form of lower esophageal ulcer. This lower esophageal ulcer is usually attributed to GERD. Okay, usually related to GERD. What does GERD stand for? Gastroesophageal reflux disease. Okay, your gastric ulcer, you call this as your stomach ulcer. And then your duodenal ulcer. Ibig sabihin, the location of your ulcer formation is in the small intestine, that's your duodenum. Now, in your NCLEX examination, the question there is, what is the most common type of peptic ulcer disease? Sa palagay ninyo, ano yung pinaka-common na ulcer? The lower esophageal ulcer ba? The gastric ulcer ba? Or the duodenal ulcer? The correct answer is what? The correct answer is, thank you so much, Mr. Rica Ford. Thank you. The most common. The most common is your duodenal ulcer. Okay? One of the most important thing I need to stress here for your examination is that the type of pain. Okay? So wag kalimutan to A patient with gastric ulcer versus a patient with duodenal ulcer. Okay. A patient with gastric ulcer, the pain here, is aggravated by eating. And pain is relieved by vomiting. Samantala, ang duodenal ulcer is a type of ulcer wherein the pain is relieved by eating. Relieved by eating. Okay, so please don't forget this one. So, ibig sabihin, pag kumakain ka at sumasakit yung tiyan mo, pag kumakain ka sumasakit siya, that's your gastric ulcer. Okay? Pag sumuka ka, nawala yung sakit ng tiyan, that's gastric ulcer. Pag kumain ka at nawala ang sakit ng tiyan nung kumain ka, relieved by eating, that's duodenal ulcer. Remember, it has something to do with the location of the ulcer formation. Okay, nevertheless, pag hindi na-treat yan, wala kang ginawa. By the way, yung ulcer is also attributed to, this ulcer is also related to H. pylori infection. Kaya nga, don't be surprised that one management for your peptic ulcer is to give antibiotic. Okay? Anyway. There. Stop screen. There. So those are the different regions of the abdomen, and I hope you learned something, guys. So please don't forget this. Oh, North Carolina pala. Sabi ni Dodong Duck 69 from North Carolina, sir. NLE reviewer ka namin noong 2006. Oh my God. At sinabi mo talagang estudyante kita ng 2006. You're making me feel old. Oh my God. But thank you so much for tawag nito, for staying here. And I hope to see you soon, Dax. Dax! So anyway, hello to Shira Pauline. Wow, anong wow. So anyway, so those are the different regions of the abdomen. And please don't forget this. Pag kumain ka, sumasakit yung tiyan mo, that's your gastric ulcer. Okay? And pag sumuka ka, ibig sabihin na wala yung sakit ng tiyan nung sumuka ka, that's gastric ulcer pa rin. Pero pag kumain ka at nawala yung sakit ng tiyan, that is your duodenal ulcer. Again, it has something to do with the location. Okay? Anyway, do you have any questions, nurses? I hope you learned something. Somehow, nakatulong ito sana sa mga magte-take na examination. That is why it's very important for us nurses to ask, evaluate, assess our patient, okay, sa floor. Okay, so it's not enough for you to know that the patient is in pain, know the pain score. You need to identify where is the location of pain. Okay, knowing the location of pain will give you an idea where or what is the problem of your patient. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Hello to Vivian de la Cruz. Hi there. So I think that's all. I hope you learned something tonight. God bless everybody. I'll see you soon this coming, kailan ba? I'll see you this coming Thursday or this coming Wednesday. Ano daw? Ano daw sabi ni Dodong Dax? May pa-ice cream ka pa noon, sir eh. Sabay noon, shutter. I do know if maalala mo pa. Oh my God, those were the days. Ang naalala ko lang, minsan yung mga estudyante, Sir John, naglalambing yung mga estudyante. Kayo, naglalambing kayo sa akin, sir, kain tayo ng ice cream. So ako naman yung uto-uto, bumibili ako ng ice cream para sa buong klase. Yan, naalala ko yung nanonood tayo, kumakain tayo ng ice cream, pero hindi ko na maalala na may pinapanood tayo. Shutter. Sabi ni Ibay, Alda Veronica, thank you, sir. God bless po. God bless you too. Hello to B. Bang Ochan. Thanks for watching. Oh my God, estudyante kita ng 2006. How old was I then? 2006. I was only 20 plus years old. My God, I feel so old. But anyway, sa mga naging estudyante ko sa review, long time ago, thank you so much for telling me that I am old. Okay? But no problem. Thank you so much. At least na happy ako nakapag-reconnect tayo ulit. Ilang years ka na dyan sa North Carolina? Anyway, do you have any suggestions for the next stream? Anong topic gusto niyo ipa-discuss sa akin? Ito sabi ni John Louis Mendoza. Hi sir, paano po mag-avail ang HAAD reviewer po? He, thanks po. Masyado kang magalang dyan. Hari, masyado magalang. Huwag mo akong galangin. Bastusin mo ako, sabi. Anyway, HAAD reviewer, message mo nga ako sa Facebook. Message mo ako, John Louis, sa Facebook about that HAAD reviewer. Okay, who do we have here? Hello to Camille Roque. Hi Camille, how are you? So anyway, kulang ng mga tanong guys. Wala kayong suggestion for the next stream. Ako nang bahala siguro. Anyway, thank you so much nurses. Thanks for your time if you reached this far. God bless everybody kung saan man kayo sa lupalop ng mundo. God bless. And I'll see you this coming Wednesday. Bye!